Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here, and today we will be taking the Warlock Low Casting Cost Swarm deck through its paces. This is the deck that we did spotlight yesterday. Consists of several turn 1, 2, and 3 drop creatures, and the overall goal is to sort of fill your board, overwhelm your opponent, use some minion pump-ups as well as some spot removal to take care of blockers, and then kind of just take it from there. Now this opening hand is okay. I like the Blood Imp, and I might actually dump these other two. I'm hoping for some... Obviously the Owl is fantastic for silencing, but that's more of a later game. This is exactly the sort of thing that I'm looking for. So we got turn 1 Blood Imp, turn 2 Direwolf Alpha, and then in turn 3 Shattered Sun Cleric. That sounds good to me. Alright, let's go ahead and start off with the Blood Imp. We're playing against another Warlock who opened up with thank you. I'll say greetings, that makes a heck of a lot more sense. So yeah, the goal of the deck is to fill up your board. We're going to be life tapping pretty freely in the games that we're playing today. And oh boy, he could be playing a similar deck. Now, there is a lot of Murloc Warlock that goes around, and I might actually go with the Succubus right now. Try to get a jump on him. Now, unfortunately, we're going to end up losing one of these cards. It looks like it is going to be the Direwolf Alpha, but this is a very nice card to have so early in the game. And we'll see if he ends up dumping any removal. No, he's going to do a Flame Imp. I think he might be playing the exact same deck. Here comes a Power Overwhelming to kill off my 4/4. Oh man, he might be playing the exact same deck. This is kind of humorous, to be honest with you. Okay, so let's see how we're going to follow this up. We could just go with a boar right now. I think that's what we will do. The Razorfen Hunter, rather. And that's going to summon in a 1/2 boar. And we'll see what he ends up doing. Is this literally the exact same deck that I'm playing? If it is, that is more than hilarious. He's got a bit of card advantage right now, sitting on 5 cards, one of which is the coin, so we're gonna have to keep an eye out for that. Like, for example, we could be seeing a 4-drop, right? He is literally playing the exact same deck. There's the Mortal Coil, which he was discarded from the Succubus. And does he have any other plays for 1? Looks like the answer to that question is no. So interesting little turn of events here. This is actually rather humorous. I'm thinking if we did this to that, we can pick this off and save our creature. Or I can do this and pick off both of his creatures.
I wonder.
I think I like that move. We're gonna do this. Give all of our creatures +1 attack, and then we can get rid of both of his stuff. We'll still have 2 creatures on the board. And his board is now clear. Okay. So this is quite literally a mirror matchup. It could be card for card. I mean, I did just put this deck list up yesterday. Not that I expect everyone to be watching my videos and copying all the decks that I post up, but it's just uncanny, the resemblance seen so far. Here's the coin, so we're gonna be seeing what is he doing for 3. It's gonna be a Shadow Bolt. That's probably a good move, I would say. All right, so we got a turn for 5 right now. We're gonna probably do the right here, and then we are going to tap. And that's gonna draw us into a Blood Imp there. So really, it's just going to be about proper plays, proper trade-off, and top deck, and that's gonna sort of determine who is going to win this matchup here. In the Swarm deck versus Swarm deck mirror, that's in my deck. Let's see what he plays next. Nothing. Okay. I think we're going to Soulfire, but before we do, it's going to be like this. Cleric. Wait, no, we can't afford that. We're going to do... okay, right. 4, 5, 6... Yeah, okay. So we're going to do Flame Imp. We'll take 2. Then Defender in between these 2. And then we Soulfire that guy. And that is the play. Hit him for 3. Pass the turn. We have got a full board now. He does have 4 cards in his hand. We'll have to take a look at what that is. He's going to have a hard time dealing with this 3/5. There's no immediate way to deal 5 damage in the deck. There is a creature removal, though, to destroy target creature and gain life. It's not going to do that. He plays a Novice Engineer. Plays the Raid Leader. He has to attack into my taunts, so with that being the case, and there's a Soulfire for that guy. Good choice, by the way. Gets rid of his Defender. He has to attack into my 3/5, so with that being the case, I am actually just going to swing him directly. There's our 1/4. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Yeah, we're gonna swing him directly. Because he's got no choice but to attack to this guy, and he can't even kill it with the guys that he has on the board, so we have got superior advantage at the moment. He's got 2 taunts to attack into. He could kill this one. He won't be able to kill this one. If he attacks into this one, he loses both of his creatures. There's the Siphon Soul, so there's the direct removal I'm talking about. He can kill this, but he won't be able to do anything else with his creatures, and we get a 2/2 back because of what he destroyed, the Harvest Golem. Alright, so now he's at 20. We've got a Succubus, which we will drop down. We will then life tap, drawn into a Bolt, which considering saving? You know what? Let's just play this. Let's just play this nice and safe. Let's just get rid of his stuff. We're gonna pop that guy off with that. Let's drop him down to 1, and then we will pop him off with this, and then we will hit him with the rest. And I'm gonna save this for a future imposing creature, anything bigger that he plays. Really, no reason for me to have dropped that on the stuff that he had that turn. Play it safe. Maintain our board advantage. If he is playing the exact replica of my deck, then he has got no mass removal. If he's playing an altered variation, he could have a Hellfire. Doesn't look like it is, though. I cannot believe that this is a literal mirror matchup, card for card. I cannot believe that. That is literally bonkers to me. Absolutely bonkers. Get rid of that. We drop a Raid Leader. And 5, 6, 7, 6, 11, 12, 13... That is the kill. I don't even need to life tap. Don't need to trade for his creatures. Don't need to do anything like that. We win the mirror matchup. What? I cannot believe that was a card for card replica of the deck that I'm playing right now. That is far too funny. That is literally far too funny. We're just gonna give it a quick second so we don't play the same deck again. For the sake of variety, not because I mind playing another mirror matchup, but try to get some variation in here. Well, that was that was a good first game. I'm pretty content with that. So what, you know, besides top decks and the random element, I think the big thing is that I was able to maintain that board advantage while at the same time picking off his creatures. All right, so the warrior is supposed to be a tough matchup for this deck because of Whirlwind and the, I think, Battle Cry. All right, let me try to think about this. I don't want to open up with the Owl, and I might even hold that off. We're hoping for some turn 1, 2, and 3 minions here. Okay, Blood Imp. All right, well, happy with the Blood Imp. Would have loved the other Imp as well, but oh, we start off with the Voidwalker. Drop the Blood Imp next turn. Start off with the Voidwalker. A little bit of a safer opener. He's got the taunt. He has 3 health, but it'll turn into 4 health next turn. I mean, not that it's not like he could Whirlwind to kill the Blood Imp his first turn anyways, but nevertheless, he's gonna coin up. Let's see what he coins into. That's good. It's got 2 health. I can do that and then Mortal Coil it next turn, and that will be a nice little exchange. Plus, I'll get to drop a. I'll get to draw a card as a result. The Mortal Coil killing that off. Get rid of the Engineer, draw a card into a Raid Leader, which will be possibly, yeah, that most likely will be our next turn play, unless he plays something that I want to remove, in which case we'll go ahead and drop the Shadow Bolt. Try to keep his board clear and hit him as soon as possible. Nothing doing yet, but I don't know. Might be worth it. Might be worth it. Nah. Let's save it. We're gonna go with this guy right now, and I'm gonna swing this for 1, and then go ahead and pass the turn. Next turn could be the Raid Leader. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it would have been a huge misplay if I Shadow Bolted that. He has to attack into this. There you go. Kills off his thing as a result. He's gonna Whirlwinds right now. So that actually does significant damage. But I still have these 2 guys alive, luckily enough. Heroic Strike for 4 attack, and he is swinging me? I don't know about that play. Probably should have killed off that 2-3 there, buddy. if you want my honest opinion. For now, though, we'll go with him. Save that raid leader. More effective when I put it into play when I've got more creatures on the board, so it ends up being more damage in that first turn that it gets dropped. If I had done it there, it would have been a 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. If I do it next turn, it's significant. It got +4 damage as opposed to just the +2 from 2 minions. All right, so he's gonna get that, gets a weapon, and then uses that weapon to subsequently attack. Of course, that makes sense. And then this turn, here we go. This is pretty good. I am thinking about doing this and then the Mortal Coil to finish it off. So I get the card draw out of that. Though I could save the Mortal Coil for something else. Could do him, but then I'd have to sack 2 creatures, or just that one to get rid of that. Guess I could do that, just sack the 1 creature, play the Warlord, get a big old threat in play. Something for him to deal with. Let's do it that way. Save my Mortal Coil for something else. All right, so he's a 7/7. That's gonna get dropped down significantly right now. We're also gonna get rid of this thing, like this. Only sacrificing the 1 creature though. Brings him down to a 6/6 now, so we're saving our Shadow Bolt and Mortal Coil if we need to do 5 damage to something much larger coming up. We've got our Raid Leader, which we can play next turn. He's gonna take that to the face, brings him down to 21. See what he has with his 5 resource. Is he any, I don't know. Let's see what he's gonna do. I mean, he's got a slam. All right, he's gonna do the 4/3 charge. He's gonna do it into that. His creature survives. We're gonna Mortal Coil to finish that off. And we can also get a Succubus, but I don't want to play that really until my hand's kind of empty. So let's Mortal Coil that. We're going to hold on to the Succubus for now. And instead of the Raid Leader, I'm actually going to go with him right now. Pump him up. And then why don't we go ahead and draw a card. Draw into another Shadow Bolt. There we go. Swing for 6. This game's going pretty well for me. I'm actually feeling fairly confident. Unless we have a major swing of events in this turn. I think we're going to be doing pretty good. We've got very nice removal right now with 2 Shadow Bolts. Still have the Raid Leader pump up, still have this. Didn't want to play that last turn for the sake of not getting rid of any of my stuff. We're gonna see the Owl, but it's still a 4/4, so it hurts, but it's, you know, not that terrible. And then he's just going to armor up. Huh. Okay. So what we do this turn is the Bloodin, is the Raid Leader, and let's life tap. Draw into an Ironbeak Owl, okay. So, we do that, he swings, he could kill that next turn, we could just get rid of him. Hitting him for 9 would be pretty significant though. Maybe leave the... I don't want him to kill this thing off easily though, so let's go like this and just hit him for 5. Make sure this guy stays alive. So he's gonna be down to 12 now. Ironbeak Owl to deal with Taunters, Shadow Bolts for removal, Succubus, just a nice 4/3. But nothing that I need to play immediately because I have the advantage. There's no reason to snowball it, and it's also risky. If he, I don't know, what if he drops a Pyromancer, for example, and then gets a couple spells off and then all of a sudden clears my board? Rather sit on this. If I don't need to play it right now, I shouldn't. And then there's the obvious disadvantage of having to discard her. He's gonna get the charge plus Divine Shield. He's gonna get rid of that, smart move. But his guy is dead now. We've got 8 to play. We're gonna go with him. Gonna use 3 for that. And then we are probably just going to life tap. Oh wait, what do we got? With 7, 8, we've got 8 damage we could potentially do. I'm just gonna make that 7. Let's life tap right now. I'm at 20, plenty of life. Bring him down to 5 now, and we should have the win next turn. Most likely. Oh, this is fantastic. This deck is doing... The biggest thing that I'm so shocked, I guess I'm not that shocked, but this is like a value deck, if you will. It's so, there's only 3 rare cards in the deck. No epics and no legendaries. And the deck is having incredible success on the ladder, and then Masters League nonetheless. So that's saying something. People who talk about pay to win just goes to show you. Now, obvious troubles that this deck would have. This deck's gonna have troubles against Rogue. So much removal, and even AoE removal from Blade Flurry and, you know. Okay. Malfurion. Malfurion could actually be a hard matchup for us as well. Power Overwhelming's kind. Ooh. Oh boy, I'm keeping this for the turn 1 succubus. Yep. Absolutely, that's what I'm doing. That is such a pain. That is going to be such a pain for him to deal with. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Because he just dropped a 2-1, I do not want to do that anymore. Because he can swing into it and then finish it off. So no, we're just going to Blood Imp right now. Just gonna Blood Imp right now, yeah, because he could swing it, and then he could have attacked it. He would have taken 3 damage, but he would have gotten rid of it. Plus, I would have discarded lost the coin and discarded a card from playing the succubus. So, the concern against this particular opponent, very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. The concern against this particular opponent is the fact that we are. You know what? I might just do this right now. Let's just do this. Is the fact that he has some area of effect stuff. We ended up losing our Soulfire. That's fine. He's got some area of effect stuff. He's got some mass damage that can be very scary. This and the Mage, I would imagine, would also be pretty scary to deal with between Blizzard and all sorts of stuff. There's a Swipe. Perfect example of some of the hefty damage that he can drop down. All right, so let's go with this guy right now. 2-3. So we're dropping creatures on the board. We've got tons of guys with the summon tokens, if you will. The little extra bonus dudes, just like this Razorfin Hunter, the Dragonlin, all that stuff. We've got card draw from the Novice Engineers, the spot removal. I mean, this is a solid deck, and the thing I really enjoy about it is that we are freely life tapping with this deck. It is really not, it's kind of not a concern because we're going for so much damage early on. We're gonna, should I hold on to it? Now let's put the pressure on. Let's put the pressure on, keep it going. We discard a Power Overwhelming. You still have removal from the Shadow. Unfortunately, we just lost 2 removal spells. The first one got rid of the Soulfire, and then the second one just got rid of Power Overwhelming. Both those cards really good for picking off opposing creatures. We do still have the Shadow Bolt, and there's the Starfall. Like I said, this mass removal that is concerning when playing against a Druid. This is a tough matchup. He is burning through my stuff right now. No questions about that. I kind of want to play this and tap, but I like the extra health, so let's go this way. We won't tap this turn. We won't tap. Like the extra health, it makes it so that he can't just pick it off this turn with the Shapeshift, so we could potentially get another 6 damage through if he swings it, and then another swing attack. He could have some damage. He's used up a lot of damage spells, though. He dropped his Starfall. He's dropped his Moonfire. What's he doing with this? Keeper of the Grove for 2 damage. There you go. So that's going to get Shadow Bolted. And is he hitting me, or is he going for the Rate Loop? Looks like he's going to hit me with that. Okay. That is fine. Do Shadow Bolt. And I am actually going to do this.
Hit it very hard.
Okay? We are going to do this. Hopefully, he doesn't have a silence. We'll find out. We will find out if he has a silence or not. We've got ourselves a 7-7 right now. If he has a silence, it's dropped down back to a 3-3.
Where shall I strike?
That is not silence. It's a 4-6 taunt. There's a Wild Growth for his extra mana crystal. We're gonna be able to swing into that. This brings this guy down to 1 health, and all of a sudden he's kind of useless. Let's go ahead and life tap it up. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes.
My shield.
With that, +1/+1. So he's got a little bit more to deal with. He has now got to work through 4 health, which is going to be a little more problematic for him. I am keeping my fingers mega crossed right now. For the love of God, please don't have another Starfall to choose 5 damage. Because that is exactly what would do it. That is not it, but okay. Oh my lord, that is unreal. That is unreal. He literally worked through everything that I had there. But we both have 1 card in our hand right now, and I think at this point that kind of gives me the advantage. We're gonna go like this. We are going to go like that. The Soulfire, we don't have to discard because we've got nothing in our hand. Then we life tap, we've got a Raid Leader for next turn. Okay. So now it's a race. Now it's a race. I've got the life tap, which gets that clock ticking for me, but it also is going to fill my hand and help me fill the board. And he is literally playing a deck that is specifically strong against what I'm doing right now. He's got all of this mass damage removal that he's capable of doing that's kind of really messing up my day. Just a little bit, if you haven't noticed. And unfortunately enough, the Succubus kind of ruined things for me too, because it got rid of a lot of my damage potential. We got the taunt that he's gonna have to work through. And I think we're gonna swing for him here. Actually, if we get rid of that, then he needs to attack with that. So let's go with this. Okay. All right, I have a pretty good feeling that we're going to lose this game. He's just had a response for me filling up my board turn after turn after turn. He's been able to handle it, so. We'll see though, if he can't get rid of my taunt and he attacks into the 2/3, I just need to do 2 damage to that next turn. There's a Moonfire for 2 damage, dumping down the strength of my creatures, making the likelihood of me catching up right now being so below in health that much less likely. Alright, so he's gonna do that. He's gonna swing me for 1, bringing me down to 8. And what does he have in his hand? Nothing that he wants to play right now. Okay. So we're gonna go like this. Hit that. Hit him. Life tap. Okay. This is actually really huge. That is a big play to have right now. That's 7, 8, 9, 13 damage for next turn. That is 13 damage for next turn on the board. That's not removal, but... Oh, he chose my creature. He could have killed me.
A natural mistake.
He literally could have just killed me. And instead he chose my creature. Interesting. Alright, so that's 2 damage that he can swing my way. I can hit him for 6 right now to bring him down to 12. I'm gonna go for him. I'm gonna let him keep that in play. It's silenced right now, and I'm not going to life tap because I am at 6. He should have won this game. If I win, it would be a fluke, because he should have just pinged me directly for 6. Get this card draw. Here's a shapeshift. What's he gonna do with this? There's a claw. So that's for a total of 3. Does he go for that? Goes for that with that. Kills my creature with that. Yeah, this is definitely a loss. Oh well. It was a good run while it lasted, huh? I'd say so. Let's go ahead and life tap. Dragonling, that's nice. He has to attack into the taunt, so let's just swing him with this. It is now 4 to 11. It was a good run while it lasted, Yep. So Gnomish Inventor, he draws a card. Remember, he's still got the spell power.
Where shall I
So Druid of the Claw with charge. He's gonna hit that. Hits me for 4, there's the win. Okay, well. That's a good series of games. I don't know. I'm still pretty impressed with this deck. This last matchup here was literally something that should beat us. So lots of removal, spell power, all sorts of stuff like that. Overall though, I think this is a pretty strong deck. If you haven't already, check out the deck spotlight for the Warlock Low Mana or Low Casting Cost Swarm deck. I think it's pretty solid. Very inexpensive with only 3 rares. Everything else is easily attainable, and this is a deck that, as you can see, can compete in Masters. We just played against a deck with a ton of rares in it, and we competed. Like, that was still a pretty close game, even though he did win. So there you go. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching as we took the Warlock Low Casting Cost, a Low Mana Swarm deck through its paces. Pretty solid. I am rather impressed for a deck that has so few rares in it. Thanks so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe, keep watching, and keep owning.